8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj, read by Soundit Thavam. Sri Lanka and the IMF reached preliminary agreement on emergency loan. Japan's finance minister says Tokyo will coordinate with other Sri Lankan creditors on debt. Amber flood warning for low-lying areas of the Kalu River. The Education Ministry issues special notice on school holidays. The ADB approves a $200 million loan to mitigate Sri Lanka's food crisis. The Examinations Department will accept applications for the re-scrutiny of the GC Advanced Level Exam 2021-2022 from the 19th of September to the 30th. In news overseas, Taiwan fires live rounds at drones near outlying islands. And in sports, Hardik breaks into top 5 for T20I all-rounders. Sri Lanka and the International Monetary Fund (IMF) have reached a preliminary agreement on an emergency loan to the crisis-hit country, and a formal announcement will be made on Thursday, 4 sources with direct knowledge of the matter said. The island nation, struggling with its worst economic crisis in more than 7 decades, has sought up to $3 billion from the IMF. Spokespersons for the IMF and the Sri Lankan government did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Staff-level agreements are typically subject to the approval of the IMF management and its executive board, after which the recipient nation gets access to funds. A visiting IMF team held talks with the Sri Lankan government officials, including the Treasury Secretary, late into the night on Tuesday to address concerns on the political front, the sources said. Most of the technical details have been agreed to beforehand. The country of 22 million was plunged into political crisis last month when then-President Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled after a popular uprising against an acute shortage of basic goods and sky-high prices. The Examinations Department plans to accept applications for re-scrutiny of the GC Advanced Level Exam 2021-2022. Accordingly, the recorrection applications will be accepted from the 19th of September to the 30th of September. Meanwhile, the applications for the GCE Advanced Level Exam 2022 will close on the 8th of September. These details were disclosed in a media release of the Examination Department. The school candidates should submit their applications to the principal of the respective college, and the private candidates can apply separately. More details could be found from www.donets.lk or www.onlineexams.gov.lk/EIC. For further details, the candidate could also contact on 0112 784208 or 0112 784537. Repeating those numbers, 0112 784208 or 0112 784537. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Hydrology and Disaster Management Division of the Irrigation Department has issued an amber flood early warning for the catchment areas of the Kaluganga Basin. The advisory is in effect for a period of 24 hours from 3 p.m. today. It further states that there is a possibility of a considerable flooding in the low-lying areas of the Kalu River Valley situated in Palmadulla, Nimitigala, Ratnapura, Kuruvita, Ayagama and the Alapatha Divisional Secretariat divisions. The advisory was issued on analysis of the current rainfall and the river water levels of hydrological stations in Kaluganga. Accordingly, the residents and motorists passing through the aforementioned areas are advised to pay high attention in this regard. Holidays for the second term of schools this year will be granted from September 8th to September 12th, the Ministry of Education states. Accordingly, the school vacations for the second term will consist of only 5 days. At the same time, the school vacation for the third term is scheduled to be given from December 3rd, 2022 to January 1st, 2023. The vacation of the third term will consist of 29 days accordingly. According to the Education Ministry, the GCE Advanced Level Examination for the year 2022 is scheduled to be held during the aforementioned time period. The Asian Development Bank ADB approved a $200 million emergency assistance loan for Sri Lanka, with funds repurposed from other ongoing ADB projects to improve food security and protect the livelihoods of the poor and vulnerable, especially women and children. Quote, food insecurity has severely affected the people of Sri Lanka amidst the current economic difficulties. This assistance will expand direct financial support for the poor and vulnerable, boost livelihood development activities and agricultural production, and enhance social protection systems, unquote, said the ADB Senior Education Specialist for South Asia, Asoko Maruyama. Court, this fulfills the government's request for a partial cancellation of loan proceeds from ongoing projects and to use the funds for this emergency intervention, unquote. The project will continue for at least 3 months. The temporary increase in the monthly cash grant amount and the number of beneficiaries of the existing social assistance programs, including the Samudhi Subsidy program for low-income families and allowances for the elderly, persons with disabilities and kidney disease patients. The project will also support for at least 3 months a temporary increase in the monthly value of food vouchers for pregnant and lactating women to be replaced with cash grants and extend support to undernourished children under the age of 2. And with that, we conclude local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Japanese Finance Minister Shunichi Suzuki said on Tuesday it was important for all creditor nations of Sri Lanka to gather to discuss Colombo's debt issue, adding that Tokyo would coordinate with other creditors on the matter. Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickremesinghe told Reuters last month that Sri Lanka would ask Japan to invite the main creditor nations to talks on restructuring bilateral debts, the Reuters reported. Earlier on Tuesday, the Japanese Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi said his country was not in talks with Sri Lanka to hold such a meeting. Quote, we are having various interactions with the Sri Lanka side, but no preparation is going on with Sri Lanka for holding such talks, unquote, Hayashi told a regular news conference and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
A Strength to Your Life. CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable gifts and all bills are on 31st of October. Come to CIB today.
Sri Lankan citizens and residents have been given a 1-month amnesty from August 15th to deposit or sell foreign currency in possession without questioning. Cabinet spokesperson, Mass Media Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said. The minister said this while speaking at a press conference to announce the cabinet decisions held at the Government Information Department recently. Accordingly, persons in or resident in Sri Lanka who hold foreign currency notes in possession can deposit those currencies into a personal foreign currency account or into a business currency account or sell it to an authorized dealer. The minister said that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka had previously issued an announcement in this regard, and further information can be obtained from the website www.dfe.lk or by contacting the Foreign Exchange Department on 0112 477 2555 or 0112 398 511. That's 0112 477 2555 or 0112 398 511. And that came to you in Watchlight.
A Strength to Your Life. CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable gifts and all bills are on 31st of October. Come to CIB today.
On to a bulletin of world news making headlines tonight. Taiwan fires live rounds at drones near outlying islands. Nord Stream 1, Russia shuts major gas pipeline to Europe. And Russia says Mikhail Gorbachev changed history but was wrong about ties to West. Taiwan has fired warning shots for the first time to drive back drones that flew over its outlying islands near China. Taiwan's defense minister said the 3 drones were seen flying back towards the Chinese mainland. Taipei has in recent weeks complained of Chinese drones flying close to its islets near the Chinese mainland. Russia has completely halted gas supplies to Europe via a major pipeline, saying repairs are needed. The Russian state-owned energy giant Gazprom said the restrictions on the Nord Stream 1 pipeline would last for the next 3 days. Russia had already significantly reduced gas exports via the pipeline. It denies accusations it has used energy supplies as a weapon of war against Western countries. Mikhail Gorbachev, the last Soviet leader who died on Tuesday, had a huge impact on the course of history. Russia's President Vladimir Putin says he had understood reforms were necessary, Mr. Putin said, while the head of the UN, Antonio Guterres, hailed a tireless advocate for peace. Mr. Putin's spokesman, however, said Mr. Gorbachev had been wrong to believe in eternal romance with the West. Mr. Gorbachev took power in 1985 before the Soviet Union collapsed by 1991. And back to the headlines of the world news. Taiwan fires live rounds at drones near outlying islands. Nord Stream 1, Russia shuts major gas pipeline to Europe. And Russia says Mikhail Gorbachev changed history but was wrong about ties to the West. That concludes this bulletin of world news, and we move on to development news. The Minister of Tourism, Harin Fernandez, said that the Cabinet had approved a 5-year multiple-entry tourist visa for 6-month stay for 35 countries. This will help to boost tourism, especially among repeaters, he said in a tweet. He also said that several other European countries too have relaxed travel advisories, and this too would help promote tourism, and came to you in development news.
Sports news is brought to you by
Sampat Bank, we present your future.
And it's cricket. Hardik Pandya's all-round performance in India's opening game of the 2022 Asia Cup has helped him jump 8 places on the T20I all-rounders rankings to a career-best 5th position. Hardik was instrumental in India's 5-wicket victory against Pakistan in Dubai on Sunday. Hitting the hard lens consistently, Hardik picked up 3 for 25 in his 4 overs to help India dismiss Pakistan for 147 in 19.5 overs. He then shepherded a tricky chase, smashing an unbeaten 33 off 17 balls to take India over the line with 2 balls to spare. That's sports news. We'll look at business news next.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The People's Bank yesterday announced the results for its 6-month period ended 30th June 2022, with total operating income rising by 54.9% to reach 69.3 billion rupees, whilst total operating expenses grew by 3.7% to 20.8 billion rupees, reflecting sound cost control and efficiency improvements despite mounting inflationary pressures. Impairment charges rose by 319.9% to 32.8 billion rupees, reflecting macroeconomic stresses, including those relating to its key customer segments. Pre-tax profit amounted to 11.6 billion rupees, representing a decline of 12.5% over the same period of 2021. That's business news, economic news up next.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001. is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Earnings to the merchandise exports increased by 2.25% year-on-year to $1,128.7 million in July 2022, as per the data released by the Sri Lanka Customs. This was mainly due to the increase in earnings from export of apparel and textiles. The estimated value of services exports for the period of January to July 2022 was $1,146 million, increasing 5.39%, and that's economic news.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
On to the weather report. The Met Department says that showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Matara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places elsewhere during the evening or night. Showers may occur in the northern province during the morning too. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damage caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that today's weather was cloudy with occasional showers. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be around 27 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 26 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 26 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 20, which is fair air condition in Colombo. The air quality is ideal for most individuals to enjoy their normal outdoor activities. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. Sri Lanka and the IMF reached preliminary agreement on emergency loan. Japan's finance minister says Tokyo will coordinate with other Sri Lanka creditors on debt. Amber flood warning for low-lying areas of the Kalu River. The Education Ministry issues special notice on school holidays. The ADB approves $200 million loan to mitigate Sri Lanka's food crisis. The Examinations Department will accept applications for re-scrutiny of the GC Advanced Level Exam 2021-2022 from the 19th of September to the 30th. News overseas, Taiwan fires live rounds at drones near outlying islands. And in sports, Hardik breaks into top 5 for T20I all-rounders. With that, we conclude tonight's news broadcast.